Okay, I really want to talk about what Paige Christy has been posting. And I know that she actually messaged me last night as well. Hey, Paige, hope you're doing well. Sending you a lot of love. She had posted on Twitter, while we're on the subject of pedo troll and Ethan's weirdly racist posts and pedo posts, H3H3 podcast subreddit was started by a person called PB_nerd. A moderator who left the community because he was called out by H3 fans for predatory behavior. And then she has linked a video that she made from 3 years ago. Now, Paige messaged me last night and was really kind about my coverage of Ethan. So again, shout out Paige. Hope you're doing well. We love you. Can we get some love for Paige in the chat? We love you, Paige. But Paige was basically saying, like, have you seen this video I made 3 years ago? And I don't think I have. So I really want to get to this video. And this is also really interesting because this is clearly about the origins of the H3 podcast subreddit and the person who started it. So I'm unaware of what's going on here, but I really want to dive into it. I like Paige's videos. So let's get into it. Look at that. Yes. So let's get into this video. What H3H3 is hiding, PB_nerd. From Paige Christy. All right, let's do it. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I've never noticed that she has that at the start of her videos. That's chill as hell. Could you imagine we had that at the start of our videos? I love it. Oh, yeah. I love it.
In my last H3 video, I made a video about Patrice Wilson and how I believed that H3 had helped sabotage the life of somebody that he did not know with unfounded claims of pedophilia. So much so that I believe...
Sorry, first of all, inappropriate for me to be saying this. Wow, look at that face card. Damn. Wake it up. Look at that face card. Look at that mug. Gorge.
That H3 sent this man spiraling down a road of horrible mental health issues. Now, that video for me did not get as much traction as I would have liked that video to get, not only because it took me a long time to create, but also because I genuinely believe that Patrice Wilson deserves justice. However, a friend of Patrice Wilson did reach out to me, and it basically said that Patrice saw the video and that he was happy that somebody on this planet took the time to even look at his side, and he's deeply appreciative of that. So for that, I have to thank you guys, the audience, for your support on that video, because even if it was small and we only made a small dent, it was seen, and it was seen by the person it needs to be seen by, and that person is Patrice Wilson. And with the good also comes the bad. There was a lot of people upset that I even made a video about H3. Many people sat down and called me obsessive for giving a crap about what H3 is doing.
Isn't that so funny that this video is from 3 years ago, 9th of July, 2022, right? 3 years ago, and still Paige is basically echoing here what still to this day we all go through, that if you talk about H3, it's actually because you're obsessive.
A lot of people accuse me of view-mongering and using clickbait in my title, when essentially I believe the words it is that I put out there, for sure. I think an important part of being a commentator is being able to acknowledge your biases, or at least your internal biases. So
also, on that point, can I say something? This is 3 years. Yes. So Paige has just posted about this video, basically like bringing it up again because of a user called PB_nerd, and is basically drawing comparisons with pedo_troll. Still need to figure out what that is going to be referencing. However, Paige is bringing this up again and had messaged me about it, so I wanted to watch it and go through it with all of you guys. I just want to make a point here, and you can agree to disagree with me in the chat, so please make your thoughts known here. On Paige saying there, it's important for like creators like to acknowledge your bias and terms like that. I completely agree with that. But can I also be honest that I don't care to like hide my bias or opinions? Like, I'm not a news channel. I don't identify with being a news channel. I identify with covering topics and giving my opinion of it. Like, when people come into my chat specifically and it'll be like, you have a bias in supporting Tyler Oakley. You have a bias in supporting Joey Graceffa. You have a bias against Colleen Ballinger. You have a bias against Trisha Paytas or whatever like that. Okay. What are you going to do about it? Like, yeah. I'm not here to give a neutral standpoint so that you can come up with your own opinion. I'm here to cover something, give my take on it, and you can agree, disagree, form your own opinion based on what we're going to be covering. It's always really weird to me whenever I've seen that be used as backlash to people within our space, which is, you have a clear bias. Okay, yeah, that probably would make sense. That is how we're able to do this as a job, because we're not scared to have an opinion. What do you guys think about that? Everyone has bias, you're just honest about it. It's not necessarily a bias, you simply just like certain people, you hold others, you still hold them accountable. Everyone has biases, you have a bias, well, duh. I would just prefer everyone be open about their bias. Yeah, absolutely. Philip DeFranco is a news channel, which is not commentary. You're a commentary channel with your opinion, which I guess is why Ethan comes so hard to Philip DeFranco. Why don't you cover my stuff? Why don't you cover my stuff? Because the only people that cover stuff like Ethan does is people that have a bias in supporting Ethan, and Philip DeFranco is a news channel. So, just want to bring up that point a second.
That's why I'm telling you guys from the very jump that I don't like Ethan Klein. I hold a very big bias in terms of Ethan Klein. I probably...
2022, clock it. Clock it, Paige.
will hyper scrutinize this individual more so than I will his competitors. But that doesn't make my criticisms of him unfounded, it just makes them extra pointed. But if you want to continue watching today's video and finding out the information that one of the potential researchers have been able to find out, then stay tuned. But don't get in your feelings. With that being said, today's video is about Ethan Klein and the H3H3 podcast.
H3H3 Productions, Reddit, the biggest snark page of all time.
And how, after pointing the opposing finger at so many other people with pedophilic allegations, it seems as if there might be a predator within their community, as Ethan and co exhibit for a second time that when it comes to protecting their audience from predators, they are absolutely nowhere to be seen.
Whoa, okay, so H3H3 podcast subreddit was started by a person called PB_nerd, a moderator who left because he was called out by H3 fans for predatory behavior. So Paige said, while we're on the subject of pedo_troll and Ethan's weirdly pedophilic posts, whoa! Sorry, it's fucking crazy that 3 years ago, Paige Christy is clocking the H3 universe defending people with pedophilic posts, creepy posts, whatever like that, not knowing 3 years ago she wouldn't have known that Ethan Klein would have been exposed 3 years later for having an alter ego online called Pedo Troll, where he would post pedophilic humor, pedophilic stories, narratives, swinging his dick in front of kids, you know, masturbating with kids, being able to be across the pool seeing it, children walking in with him with his dick out. It's crazy that 3 years ago she is drawing a comparison with something that would come out 3 years later. Whoa.
Before we get into all of that, all I wanted to say is today's video was brought to you by...
Girl.
Because Ethan and co have mastered the art of weaponizing their fan bases, as well as mobilizing them with insinuation. For instance, a lot of people in the H3 subreddit have organized comprehensive brigading and mass flagging campaigns. Harassed multiple people that Ethan doesn't like or no longer likes. Spread misinformation about Ethan's competitors. Harassed other users who speak positively about other people that Ethan doesn't like. Pirated content from creators that Ethan and co don't like. I mean, the harassment that has derived from Ethan's community has been so bad.
Wow, she clocking to fuck 3 years ago. Isn't it so crazy how well this video has aged? Bravo, Paige. Bravo.
that Ethan has
This wasn't made this year. No. This was made 3 years ago.
had to put out public statements telling his people to essentially chill. I mean, the relationship between H3 Podcast and Teddy Fresh is so connected that even the fans
Shitty Fresh
will go forth and attack other companies that they deem to be copying Healer's artwork and design work for Teddy Fresh. The harassment,
which is so funny because Teddy Fresh within itself is so uninspired and so unoriginal,
that has been derivative of the H3 subreddit has been systematic. For instance, in April 2016, there was a moderator of the subreddit called Farmer_Joe who made the H3 subreddit Donald Trump theme around the time of the election. The user Farmer_Joe has been banned from Reddit alongside the subreddit r/TheDonald, in which he was an active member of, and that sub was known for, amongst a plethora of other things, organizing harassment campaigns,
typical,
brigading, etc, etc. Farmer_Joe was removed as moderator after trumping the H3H3 subreddit. He was briefly put back on by moderators, but then was removed after the severe amount of backlash from the H3 fans themselves.
I'm sure if that would happen now, the H3 people would be like, we love it! We love it!
Many people don't know is that the H3H3 subreddit wasn't actually started by Ethan Klein or Healer or any member within the team. It was created by a user called PB_nerd. This user also created the first ever H3H3 Discord, which promptly got taken down, but we'll explain why a little bit later. Now, according to Urban Dictionary in 2017, which predates what I'm about to tell you, PB_nerd is internet slang for pedophile.
Huh. Wait. Wait, Paige. What? Wait. Oh my god, I'm literally gonna need to, like, call her after this. Wait. No, there's multiple things here. Hold on. PB_nerd, different and strange way to say pedophile. Ethan's username was pedo_troll. This user, PB_nerd, was the one that created the H3H3 production subreddit. PB_nerd, different and strange way to say pedophile, was the username that created the H3H3 Productions subreddit, the biggest snark page of all time. Ethan's leaked secret Reddit username was pedo_troll. Paige, Christy, what are you trying to say here? Paige, Christy, if you're trying to say what I'm thinking here, this is fucking psychotic. Whoa.
And according to many users of Reddit, that was exactly what PB_nerd was. In 2018, as I said, an entire year after the Urban Dictionary phrase for PB nerd was inputted into the internet slang machine, PB nerd was accused of being a pedophile and abusing his power within the H3H3 moderation team of the H3 sub.
This is weird. This is weird. This is really 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 weird. This is probably the weirdest thing I've seen yet. Okay, I need to turn this fan down a little bit. It is literally going to make me cry because it is so fucking strong in my face. All right, we'll turn you down to... Let's turn you down to 6. Okay. This is crazy. So obviously there's no concrete proof. So we are literally just going to have to say that this is a strange coincidence for sure that the person who created the H3H3 Productions subreddit that Ethan will reference and get all of his information from for his Instagram story and YouTube channel is PB_nerd. PB_nerd, like Paige just said, was a way of saying pedophile. Ethan's username on Reddit was pedo_troll. Now, I'm going to put that down to a crazy, crazy coincidence. We'll just put that down to a crazy coincidence. That is a crazy, crazy, crazy coincidence.
Explain why a little bit later. Now, according to Urban Dictionary in 2017, which predates what I'm about to tell you, PB_nerd is internet slang for pedophile. And according to many users of Reddit, that was exactly what PB_nerd was. In 2018, as I said, an entire year after the Urban Dictionary phrase for PB nerd was inputted into the internet slang machine, PB nerd was accused of being a and abusing his power within the H3H3 moderation team of the H3 subreddit and Discord to take advantage of underage fans. Screenshots as well as audio were presented as proof. The Discord was promptly taken down and all of the evidence was posted to the r/drama subreddit. Now, the evidence pertaining to PB nerd of what it is that he did and he said has been completely wiped from the internet. Now, there's two theories. There's one theory that PB nerd as well as Ethan and co tried their best to remove everything it is that they could surrounding these allegations to do with PB nerd. Or the other option is, because of what it pertained to, according to the people who have commented under the r/drama thread, it's quite possible that the alleged evidence may have included pictures or videos of minors in compromising positions. I personally am more inclined to believe that it's more of the latter rather than the former. However, it seems as if all of the information surrounding this expose has gone. You can't find anything to do with it anymore. However, it seems as if since that incident, PB nerd has removed himself entirely from social media. Or has he? So H3 or Ethan Klein never actually addressed the situation pertaining to PB nerd. The Discord was immediately taken down, and the new Discord is now only available for members on Twitch as well as members on YouTube, and is now heavily moderated by the moderation team in place. And the H3H3 sub now has
So basically, Ethan has another alt account that's even worse. No, there is zero confirmation that PB_nerd is Ethan. Like, zero confirmation. Like, we're not even saying that. All we're saying is it's crazy to look back on this video of Paige, saying about the person who created the H3H3 Productions Reddit, username was PB_troll, which was registered in Urban Dictionary as being like a name for pedos, and ultimately had to get removed because of pedophilic actions and posts and stuff like that. And we're just saying what a crazy, crazy, crazy coincidence that Ethan's leaked account was pedo_troll, and what a crazy coincidence it is that the person who created the H3 Productions subreddit was PB_troll, which Urban Dictionary stands for pedo, and it's just a crazy, crazy, strange coincidence, almost unfathomable, that Ethan's leaked Reddit username was pedo_troll. So many underscores. What did I say? PB? What did I say? Too many usernames. Too many usernames. So no, no one is saying that this is Ethan. Obviously, this is clearly just someone in their community who set up the subreddit. The reason that we're talking about this and the reason that Paige is tweeting about it is it's just a crazy coincidence that this user that H3 have allegedly, from what we are seeing, never addressed it, never addressed this person and why they were removed, has a very similar username to the one that Ethan was just leaked as having. Again, no one is saying this is Ethan. We're just saying what a crazy coincidence this is.
Has almost like a zero tolerance policy on any conversations that aren't PG-13. However, the interesting thing is, since this whole incident took place 4 years ago, it seems as if PB Nerd is still a moderator of the H3H3 subreddit. And granted, he hasn't been active in 3 years, the idea that the subreddit is still in part run by a predator just honestly doesn't sit right with me. And I want to question Ethan and the team as...
What? What? What?
However, the interesting thing is, since this whole incident took place 4 years ago, it seems as if PB Nerd is still a moderator of the H3H3 subreddit.
Okay, there's no way that this person, whoever it may be, is still a moderator, right? Because Paige, exposed this. How do you see who's a moderator? How do you see who's a moderator? How do you see who's a moderator? How do you see a moderator? The account is deleted now. Oh, okay. God, this entire thing is just fucking snark, dude. God, I'm like scrolling. It really is just fucking snark. So this account is now deleted. Whoever this person may be.
And granted, he hasn't been active in 3 years, the idea that the subreddit is still in part run by a predator just honestly doesn't sit right with me. And I want to question Ethan and the team as to why. Because as you can see from the moderators list in the H3 subreddit, it seems as if like the entire production staff are moderators of the subreddit. So why is this guy, the dude...
Wait.
Production staff are moderators of the subreddit. So why?
I didn't know the team were actually moderators on the Reddit. You're telling me the team are the ones that allow all of that fucking snark? Oh, that's why they don't allow any posts against Ethan on there. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Dumb as fuck. Oh, but they don't have any involvement in it. Shut the fuck up.
Why is this guy, the dude who essentially put your viewers in direct danger of predatory actions?
So here's the argument people keep, saying about the coincidence between this person's username and Ethan's one. There is no, from what we know, connection there at all. So we'll focus on the other scenario, which is, why would the H3 team allow this person to continue to be such a moderator if they knew that this person was accused of doing all these things and saw proof of it, that they had to scrub it from the internet? Why would you put your fans in harm's way like that? Both scenarios here aren't great.
Still somewhat connected to the H3 subreddit. So my first question when looking into this was, well, maybe because he created the subreddit, he needs to be a moderator of the subreddit, because if he was to leave and close his account down, then everybody who was connected through the subreddit would no longer be there, as the subreddit would disappear. That is not the case, like, at all. So I had to look online to see if I could find any explanation as to why a creator of a subreddit wouldn't just be able to leave the sub and other people take over. And it seems as if that's the case. So you could literally create a subreddit, employ some other people as moderators, which, as you can see, there are several moderators at the H3 sub, and you can leave the mod team. Hell, you can delete your entire account and the subreddit will still be able to be ran by mods. So again, my question is, why the hell is PB Nerd even still there? If what he did and said was so bad that websites such as Mega and Google Drive have deleted it because they wanted no part in keeping or hosting that kind of content, then why the hell is this subreddit still associated with an account that essentially tried to harm the community? It doesn't matter whether he's inactive or not, it's what this person represents. And it made me question a few things. It made me think about the entire situation with Moses. Now, as you know, there have been numerous allegations against Moses Hackman, which is Trisha Paytas Hackman's husband, aka Healer Klein's brother. Allegedly, he was supposed to have done some very predatory things in regards to the H3 community, using his power as Healer Klein's brother in order to have inappropriate conversations with fans that many people saw as predatory. And when H3 and Healer were alerted of this happening to their community, they did nothing about it. So you're telling me that a second time there was some predatory...
Which also is a really interesting, I'm bored. Girl, fucking leave then. Anyways, I think that's such a really interesting point that Paige brings up, which is that Ethan keeps bringing up in terms of, like, trying to take Trisha down recently. Like, Frenemies doesn't come back because Moses is predatory towards our audience. Well, if that's true, then why was PB Nerd able to continue to be a moderator after social media platforms were deleting the content that they were hosting? You know what I mean? That's what's weird.
Allegations about somebody abusing their power with the people within your community, and you did nothing again? Honestly, that's why it's ludicrous that anyone even supports them anymore, because I'm like, he doesn't give a f***, but like neither of them give a f*** about you. You are not safe there, sweetie. Now, the researcher who researched today's story, they were able to reach out to the individual who posted the r/drama thread regarding PB Nerd's affiliation with the H3H3 podcast. This is what the author of this subreddit thread had to say.
Hi, I was wondering if this would ever come up again. This throwaway account was actually banned from Reddit for a month for harassment, and I received a DMCA takedown for a couple of links, both approximately 8 months ago, so they may have been trying to wipe this from the internet. Oh my god, a DMCA takedown? Sounds familiar. I'm 99% sure I have some additional copies of that media somewhere. Alright. It is interesting, though, that H3 would have two different instances of people taking advantage of their positions to get close to young fans, PB Nerd and Ila's brother, and would do nothing about it. I mean, Ethan only accepted as a possibility that his brother-in-law was doing this once they had the falling out. I think that's a really great point as well. Once Ethan didn't want to profit anymore. Because, be for real, he was ignoring and discrediting the allegations. Though, I guess being family makes the situation harder to navigate. I don't know. What a hairy situation these are. I hope PB really isn't active as a mod anymore. I'm here to discuss PB Nerd. PB is the owner of both the H3 subreddit as well as the fan-run Discord. Below we gathered what we believe to be enough evidence to prove that he is, as we believe, a predator. So basically, whoever was the person who created the H3 subreddit, they're basically saying was a predator, and we literally have no idea who this person is. But the point is, why would Ethan and Ila like have someone, if the crew are as involved and moderators on the H3 subreddit? We saw in that screenshot from years ago when PB was still on the like, why would you have PB as a moderator after them literally being exposed for being a predator, you're not protecting your fans in any capacity. And again, to this day, I guess we have no idea who PB_nerd is. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Ethan Klein's relationship with PB Nerd was pretty close, because if you search his name in Twitter, you will find that Ethan Klein and him were talking constantly, non-stop, publicly.
Oh. I wonder if that stuff is still up. I wonder if he scrubbed that. Oh, that's not. From at... Wait. Has he deleted? Oh, he's deleted it all. Of course. So Ethan has scrubbed all of the PB nerd stuff.
Which makes it even more so prevalent that when these discoveries were made about PB Nerd...
Wow, that's a lot of back and forth.
About it
oh my god, it's like multiple times every day. Whoa.
Didn't address it with his fans, the ones who essentially were put at risk due to...
Yeah, that's a good thing. Whoever this person is, Ethan was clearly close with them from what we can gather here, and why would you put your fans in this position? And then why, years later, like 2025, would you try to rile people up that the reason Frenemies isn't coming back is because Moses is a predator, when assuming you have one on your team and you didn't care about it? That's putting your fans more at risk than what Moses was doing, right? Right? Or do you just actually not care and you're just using it to weaponize against Trisha Paytas?
To this individual. Now, I'm not here to sit down and blame Ethan Klein for the actions of somebody within his moderation team, but I am
if you decide to keep them on and put your fans at harm's way.
I'm here to discuss why he didn't take an active approach to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again. And one of those things would be, you know, either sorting out getting rid of PB Nerd as a moderator of your current H3 subreddit, or disbanding and creating a whole new subreddit. But I think there's a fundamental reason as to why.
There's actually something so... I mean, it just makes perfect sense to me now that, like, the H3 production subreddit, as we know it, the biggest snark page of all time, was created by a predator, allegedly. You know what? That makes actually perfect sense to me. That really makes... That makes sense. That makes sense. It lines up, yeah. It lines up.
Why this hasn't happened. And it's because, well, they need the subreddit to make money.
They need it to make money. They need it for their harassment campaigns. Ethan needs it to get topics and also to get opinions because he's dumb as hell and relies on other people. And he also uses it to garner what his audience get pissed off at, so he can, you know, then get pissed off at those things publicly and make a lot of money on it. Paige, you are clocking the fuck.
Reddit mobilizes their audience against people that they don't like. The subreddit is able to cross-pollinate and promote their brand, Teddy Fresh. The subreddit is able to do things that they would never do. So again, my question is, why is he even here? And with all of the opposing accusatory fingers it is that Ethan's made to various other content creators about and predatory behavior, why has he allowed a known predator to stay within his community? Why has he continued that association? Because for a subreddit and Discord that they are keeping PG-13 so that young people can be involved in the discussion, I would not be comfortable with my minor being on that subreddit.
Yep.
And I don't think any other parent should either. Because whilst PB Nerd may not be acting as a moderator, he could still be using his moderator position to talk to people in...
It's so crazy seeing PB Nerd, and then you scroll down, you see like Dan H3, Ian H3, AB.
Private through Reddit. He could still be actively grooming, and there is literally no way for anybody to know. And the idea that so much could be going on behind closed doors that none of us know about, regardless of their visible public activity, is absolutely disturbing to me. And it worries me. And it should worry you too.
Wow.
Anyway, that is about it for today.
Wow. First of all, again, it's crazy to bring up. People are saying, is this a recent video? No, and that's even more shocking. So Paige Christy had posted last night basically saying, while we're on the subject of Ethan's account pedo troll, let's bring up that the H3 production subreddit was created by a person who had to leave because of predatory behavior, whose username was PB_nerd, which in Urban Dictionary, you know, stands for like pedophile and stuff like that. And basically like that H3 were defending whoever this person was, or at least not acknowledging and kicking out and dealing with properly. And the fact that this person was a moderator until, I guess, Paige was making this video. It's crazy as fuck. And the fact that this video was from 3 years ago and has aged so well and actually, like, holds more significance now because of what we know about pedo_troll, it's absolutely insane. And you know what? Like I said a second ago, it really is, when you think about that evil, disgusting scum of the earth place, the H3 Productions Reddit, it truly makes sense that that would be created by someone who's like predatory, allegedly. For sure. And I'm sure the team were so happy to be involved in that. So we'll leave it there. Shout out to Paige clocking 3 years ago.